You know, when you're out on the trail, sometimes it's a little bumpy. You lose your ox and need to pull the cart by hand. But what can you expect from out here in the West? Tune in tonight at 10 p.m. for Out on the Trail. Howdy, partner.
Hey, kind of humid today.
Quite. But, you know, what do you expect when you're out on the trail, eh?
It's true. So this is our new podcast. It's called Out on the Trail. It's filmed here at the Frontier Trading Post. And this is my first guest. Or maybe I'm his first guest. I don't really know. But this is Connor Shaw. Good friend of mine. Hails all the way from Lethbridge, Alberta. Born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, is it humid. It's like we live in some sort of weird southern state.
Except, we're supposed to be in the Great White North.
Well, it is those things. At least this part. But,
No, I mean,
it's awful humid.
I made the wrong choice because when I was coming out here for this weekend, I saw on the forecast it was supposed to be raining the whole time. So I thought I was dressing appropriately, wearing thick button-down shirts and bringing a fancy tweed jacket, and then I've just been boiling the whole time.
Connor is always overdressed. Always.
Well, you gotta look presentable.
So we just randomly decided that we were going to do a podcast tonight. We've had the big homecoming weekend here, so it's been super busy, and Connor's been here to help volunteer, and we're all totally exhausted. But we agreed to stay open till midnight every night this week at the store, so we're stuck here, so we figured we may as well make a podcast.
Exactly. We're gonna be shooting shooting around anyway. I don't know what the cuss word policy is.
You can cuss. We're on the trail, partner.
Oh yeah.
You can cuss if you want. That's between you and the big guy. Anyways, Connor came up with a name for this, On the Trail. Do you want to tell us how you came up with that name, Connor?
Well, when we decided we were going to be doing a podcast, we were thinking of ideas, and we're in the Frontier Trading Post, and, you know, we're associated with the Frontier Initiative. And, you know, I was thinking about back in the pioneer days when you're on the frontier, on the Oregon Trail. Well, you're out on the trail. You're out with your wagon. There's a campfire ahead of you. There's a man sitting on the footstool. Two of his friends, you know, on cargo boxes, wooden boxes, and they're sitting around a campfire eating beans and just talking about exchanging their trail stories. And I thought that was very appropriate. I thought it matched the vibe, you know, it's night out tonight. Might as well have had a campfire in front of us. Might as well be eating beans. Instead we're drinking iced coffee, but...
Well, we actually did eat beans last night. The local saloon owner made us a giant pot of chili. Connor informed me that he does not like beans, so
I do not like
I don't know
beans.
how you can be on the trail and not like beans, but that's besides the point.
I guess I'm just a dirty city slicker, but...
He is a bit.
But...
He has his moments, though. He can bear his wagon.
Exactly. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I did still eat it. Even though I don't like it, I did still eat it.
He did, and that's what a man does. He bears his wagon.
Absolutely.
He eats his beans. They were great beans, Corey, if you're watching this.
If I liked beans, they would have been amazing.
They were amazing. Yeah, that vision that you had of being on the trail, that pretty much describes our day-to-day here. Sitting on milk crates and eating beans and drinking coffee. Hearing old West stories.
Yeah.
So we're
Too
gonna.
bad we don't have the cowboy poet. That seems incredibly thematic.
I know Mr. Reeser is out on the trail and has found himself. Well, last I heard, in Kelowna, British Columbia. That may not be the case. The last time he told me he was going to Vancouver, and I think he just ended up in Medicine Hat. So, for all I know, he's just at Costco in Medicine Hat getting himself some blueberries. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No.
Mr. Reeser, if you're watching this, I hope you're having a good time on the trail, and I hope Kelowna is not as humid as here.
Yeah. Well, at some point in the future, we hope to have, when he's back from being out on the trail, we hope to have him out on the trail. And
Yes.
then he can really exchange his trail stories.
He's got a lot of them.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. We all got trail stories.
Mm-hmm.
You have any good trail stories, Connor? Recent ones?
Recent ones. Well, I could tell the trail story of the second time I ever met you in person.
What was that? Oh, right.
When we were out on the trail up to Saskatoon town. Saskabush.
Those were good days.
Those were last summer. Would have been last July.
Last July.
We just barely passed the 1 year anniversary of really becoming good friends with.
We have an anniversary?
Of course.
All right.
I mean, all good friendships do.
Yeah. And like all good friendships, we met at a criminal trial.
Well, you know, what's more Western than outlaws and trail tales? Come on.
Yeah.
What's more Western than that? We met.
To clarify, neither of us were on trial.
We were not on trial.
No.
Another individual was on trial.
Yeah.
We met outside.
A good buddy of ours who also has trail stories.
Mm-hmm. But that was the very first time we met, and then that was in the spring, wasn't it? It was that spring.
Yes.
And then July, we decided, after talking on text and phone, to go on a road trip to Saskabush. And so I drove out the day before, and I finally got to Saskatoon very late in the evening, probably around midnight. And I had been driving all day, and this was back when I had the White Stallion.
Trusty steed.
The 1996 Mercury Grand Marquis. She was beautiful. She was my trusty steed, and I had driven her. And it was my first time ever actually going to Saskatchewan, and I had driven her because Google Maps had taken me on these back roads. So
you can't trust Google Maps in Saskatchewan.
You cannot trust Google Maps in Saskatchewan. So I'm trying to make my way up to Saskatoon
from
Lethbridge, Alberta. And, well, let me tell you, I knew right away when I was in Saskatchewan. You can't tell on the Trans-Canada, but on those back roads, you can tell when you're in Saskatchewan, when you cross the border, because that thing, it's important that I mentioned that I was driving the Mercury, because that thing has beautiful suspension. They float down highways.
Sponsored by Mercury.
Oh, rest in peace. Thanks, Obama.
Mm-hmm.
But that thing floats down the highway, and when I got into Saskatchewan, the roads, I was going from floating on my land yacht to riding a roller coaster, essentially. Just those roads. There's a reputation. The reputation is spot on. But yeah, I ended up sleeping in my car because I got there the night before, and I slept in my car in a Walmart parking lot, and I woke up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, and then I had some trail time behind a garbage bin. So that's my trail story.
Yeah, the roads in these parts, they are something to behold. Mm-hmm. Keeps outsiders out of town, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's true, it just destroys their suspension immediately. You have to know which potholes to avoid and which ones just to power through.
Uh-huh.
Somebody is holding up a teleprompter, but I cannot read it. It is much too small of writing. So I'm just going to ignore that and move on. But thank you for the wonderful cucumber water. It's delicious.
And the delicious vanilla iced coffee that I have is... you're already done yours.
Mine's gone.
That's a testament to the quality.
I like those.
Hey, if you want delicious quality iced coffee, I mean, look at how quickly you finished that Frontier Trading Post, Tompkins, Saskatchewan, just off the Trans-Canada Highway.
We have a great store, folks. And we have great cucumber water.
Yes.
It's made with Reeser Springs water.
Mm-hmm.
You can see here, which is the official, unofficial sponsor of this podcast.
Best story at Trading Post.
Yeah. Somebody in the audience is holding up a sign that says "Best story at Trading Post."
My best story or his best story?
I wasn't done talking about the cucumber water, honestly. It's also, these cucumbers were grown in Tompkins, and they're in the water.
You can't beat our cucumbers,
yeah, these are locally grown organic cucumbers in Reeser Springs water. You can't beat that. And if you ever come on this podcast, you get a complimentary cucumber water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, best story at the Trading Post. That's our prompt.
Okay.
Well, you just told a story and it was kind of long-winded, so I think I'll tell a story.
Perfect. Keep things balanced.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to tell shaggy dog stories. I'm like Norm Macdonald.
Shaggy dog stories.
That's what those are called. The story that just goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah, you do have some Norm Macdonald vibes at times. Greatest Canadian.
Yes.
Besides Don Cherry.
Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, and Don Cherry.
He's dead?
They killed my boy.
Oh, that's true. They did kill him. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. Sorry. That's the wrong one.
Okay. Best story at Trading Post. I don't know. A lot of things happened at this year Trading Post. Let's see. What story can I tell that won't...
Make you an outlaw?
Yeah, and won't get to the wrong person and have them come in here and assault me or something.
Well, you have personal protection now.
Her? She's tiny.
No. You have personal protection. I'm talking about behind the counter.
Oh, the samurai sword?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Somebody donated us a samurai sword today. It's hanging on the wall.
Oh, it's on the wall now. Sorry.
Yeah, I mounted it on the wall.
Okay.
I mean, a store needs a samurai sword on the wall, I think.
Oh, yeah, there it is. It's above all the canned goods. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. So if you need canned goods, watch out for that samurai sword. It's not hanging on there very firmly. It could fall off and chop your hand off. It wouldn't be my fault. I warned you. Okay.
You have to watch this podcast to get the warning, by the way.
Well, obviously. I'm not going to warn just anybody. That's why it's there.
It's the rite of passage.
It is.
You have to listen to my shaggy dog stories and us rambling. Listen,
otherwise
we just go, in terms of conversation, we're going wherever the trail takes us.
Wherever the trail takes us, folks.
Best story that isn't going to get you made into an outlaw or cause you to have a duel in the street. At high noon.
I did witness a duel in the street once already. Oh, I don't know. Does the crowd have any suggestions? Just write them on your cards and just hold them up. But, like, watch out for the light, because I can't see it with that glare. I can't read that tiny writing.
It would also maybe be better... Does our lovely attendant want to give the audience the Sharpie that's behind the back counter so that it's thicker and not thin pen?
That would actually be really helpful. We're still working out the bugs, you know. This is our first time on the trail. You know, and, this wagon is not... You know,
we're making our very first step on the trek to Oregon.
Yes, and we don't want to get dysentery, so we gotta...
We have to jump over some of the rivers.
It's true. Did you ever play that game?
I watched... For some reason, there was
like all Zoomers, he watched somebody else play it on YouTube.
When I was 8 years old, but it was there was 80 billion videos about Oregon Trail when I was a little kid. And I don't know why. That game came out. When did that game come out?
I don't know. What? Probably the same time that this town was booming.
Yeah. So when I was 8.
1960, no, maybe 70.
Something like that. But when I was
Atari.
8 years old, it's not an Atari game. It's like MS DOS or something.
Okay. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it's a DOS game.
MS DOS.
But, which would have been the 80s, late 80s.
The 80s.
But anyway, you would think, given my feed as a kid, you would think that game, hit shelves that week. Given...
Because it was everywhere.
It was everywhere. And I'm like, why? This is like at that time, what was it, a 20-year-old game? Customer auditory.
Yeah, I'm getting more prompts. Just if I ever look off into the distance, it's not because I'm mad at you, dear audience. It's because the audience is giving us prompts to talk about.
We filmed this in front of a live studio audience.
We do.
We put it on the Facebook page.
It's kind of like Oprah, but like not involved with Jeffrey Epstein or anything like that. So
yeah,
better than Oprah actually.
Better than Oprah.
Better than Oprah.
Another thing we don't like. We could do that. What? You get a car. You get a car.
I already gave you a car.
He
Stop.
he did give me a car. When I had to put down my stallion, I had to...
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. But he gave me a car, but... So this is like Oprah, I guess.
Only for you.
Only for me. I get a car.
Well, actually, that's not there is a raffle. So you could buy a commemorative Tompkins pin. See, Connor's actually wearing one.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I just love this town so much.
Yeah, he does. So he wears that. He's going to wear that forever now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's going to be buried with me.
Yeah.
So you better...
In the Tompkins cemetery. He already got a plot. He talked to the town office. He's got a plot up there.
Yeah. So if you want one, you better get them quick.
Yeah. So
because...
the graveyard plots... Oh, you mean those?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you got to get the graveyard plots
the pin,
quick, too. They're filling up.
The pin. I'm going to, like, bedazzle myself like an Egyptian pharaoh just with Tompkins pins.
Yes, all the Tompkins pins. Somebody's got their hand up. Yeah, you, young lady, the pretty one. Speak up.
Don't the locals call it Boot Hill?
Yeah, Boot Hill. You can get your plot at Boot Hill. You just go talk to the village office. I don't know what they charge for it. With inflation, who knows? It costs a lot to die now.
Mm-hmm.
But Connor, he's got a job now, so he was able to afford it. And he also has Tompkins pins. So you can get your Boot Hill cemetery plot and your Tompkins pin. Anyways,
okay. I don't think we've said something that wasn't facetious for like the last 10 minutes.
See, Connor came on here thinking that we were going to talk deep philosophy.
That is what we were discussing immediately before starting the podcast. But we've just been joking the whole time, messing with people. No, you know what? If that's what this is, I'm good for it. I'm happy for it.
Who knows what it is?
Who knows what this is? We're on the trail.
Anyways,
we're following where the trail
takes.
You
interrupted my ad. So you can buy one of these commemorative Tompkins pins, and you'll be entered into a draw to win all kinds of delicious goodies. So, yeah. So, like, only tomorrow. So if you watch this after tomorrow, honestly, this probably won't be uploaded until, like, Tuesday. So by then, all the pins will be gone, and somebody will have already won the draw, and you'll have missed out. So next time, come to the live recording.
Next time,
we did
follow the Facebook page.
You had 30 minutes to get here, folks.
You did. You did have half an hour.
Yeah.
We announced it half an hour before doing it.
And that's plenty of time to have a quick shower and come down, you know.
Other people are having a dance right now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They're not having as much fun.
They're not.
As the live studio audience. The live studio audience is having the most fun I've seen someone have with their clothes on.
Right? Yeah. It's pretty good. Oh, and if we get interrupted, it's because there's customers coming in here. We are running a business here.
Yeah, the business is also running while we're doing this podcast.
It is. So there might be
multitasking.
There may be tiny cowboys coming in here to buy chains to wear around their necks.
Odd customers. We could talk about the chain gang.
Yeah, you should talk about the Tompkins chain gang. I'll let you do the next.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not balanced, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I don't believe in equality anyway.
It doesn't matter. Well, that's what we were just talking about outside.
The philosophy part.
Yeah.
We'll get to that one.
We'll get to that eventually, hopefully.
Maybe. Tompkins chain gang.
Tompkins chain gang. So, it's come to my attention that a gang of ruffians is forming.
You continue.
Okay. It's come to my attention. A gang of ruffians is forming. The Tompkins youth are buying these chains, these bedazzled chains, and they're putting them around their necks and they're wearing them. But
with their cowboy hats.
With their cowboy hats.
So,
And so it's just a bunch of
It's kind of like a Tom McDonald look.
yeah, it's
Sort
a bunch of little hick children.
I don't think that's a slur. Don't say hick on my podcast.
I'm sorry. I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I do not expect to be forgiven. I deeply apologize to all those I've offended with my words and my
It's true.
actions.
They're tiny cowboys. They're not hicks. They're awesome.
There's an array of tiny cowboys who are now wearing
These.
chains,
They're wearing chains.
like they're some kind of hip hop artist,
Yes.
and it's
Like Jelly Roll.
it's quite the whiplash, aesthetically at least.
Yeah. But I told them they could come back tomorrow and I'll hang bear claws or coyote teeth on their chains for them, and that will, I think, get things back on track culturally. Yeah.
As opposed to the youth being misguided.
Yeah, we have to guide the youth.
Yeah.
And
It's our responsibility.
especially if we're selling them these fashion trends.
Yeah.
We have a responsibility to make sure that it's on brand,
Yeah.
frankly. Also, like, do you like my fan?
I can endure all things through the power of the one who gives me strength. Yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
fan of that fan.
Yeah, right? We have scripture fans.
Scripture fans,
Yeah,
scripture pens.
yeah, and it fits the Old South vibe, I think, you know, with the weather,
Mm-hmm.
the humid weather.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Tompkins Chain Gang, that's what these young ruffians are calling themselves, the Tompkins Chain
Are they
Gang.
calling themselves that?
They are now.
I thought you coined that.
I did, and then they told Heather that that's what they call themselves later.
That's really funny.
So, through the power of suggestion, we've influenced what they're calling themselves, so we're responsible for the Tompkins Chain Gang.
Because I was sitting over here and I overheard you talking about the chain gang. You said
Yeah.
another kid joined the chain gang. And I'm like,
We're talking like 13 youths that
Yeah.
have bought chains in
Yeah.
one day, and all of them had cowboy hats.
yeah.
And none of them were taller than this. It's kind of awesome.
But I thought like it was like a child being put to work. When I overheard this, I did not know about this with like any like
So you just
certainty.
had an image in your head of what a chain gang of children would be like?
Well, I thought like I'm like, what do you?
Would they be singing like
You're
gospel hymns while they work?
I mean, it wouldn't be out of character for Tompkins. I'll be real.
It's true. Actually, folks, that's how we fix the roads. We need a chain gang of young children, and they can fill in all those potholes. That's if I ever
You
run.
could present that to town council.
Yeah, you know, if I ever run for council, that's going to be on my platform to bring back forced child labor to fill the potholes. It's got to be done.
It's got to be done.
It has to.
I mean, the potholes, yeah. Saskatchewan roads, eh?
There's one in front of my friend Stan's house. I can't even see the bottom.
Really?
I think I heard Mandarin down there. I'm pretty sure. And he said that if he drives into that hole, he's going to sue the town. That's what he said.
No, reasonable.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Maybe Old Yeller's down there.
Old Yeller. Why would you bring that up? That's traumatic. Nobody wants to think about Old Yeller.
I'm sorry.
This isn't a sad podcast. This is a happy podcast.
I'm sorry. I just keep messing up, guys.
It's okay.
can't
It's
do
your
anything
first
right.
time. It's our first time, folks. Give us some grace. We won't bring up Old Yeller.
Or no, it's Billy who goes in the well. Old doesn't. Who?
Old Yeller saves Billy from the well.
Yeah,
doesn't
so
he?
Billy goes in the well. So it's
Yeah.
Billy at the bottom of your pothole.
Right. See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Is that where Billy went?
I don't know.
Down the well.
I was. Never mind.
Okay. Anyways, we're getting off the trail here. We got to get back on the trail.
Yeah.
Customer stories besides the chain gang. What's a good customer story? Again, I don't want to tell any that are going to get me assaulted. Because they're the funniest ones. I will only tell you privately off air. I will not say them on the internets, because I know those
goes
people.
on the
Those
World
people
Wide
are
Web
on.
lasts
They're on the
forever.
internet, and they'll
Yeah.
see it, and I'll come in here and I'll get hurt real bad. But yeah, there's some tough customers that come into this trading post.
Mm-hmm.
It really is on the frontier. It's you might come in here and look around and think, oh, this is a bougie little coffee shop. They got iced lattes. They got oat milk. But, you know,
This
people...
is a bit of a salty spittoon.
There is a spittoon out front, and it is filled to the brim with cigarette butts. There's so many in there. It's messed up.
We were just having 2 cigarettes before we came in here.
It's true.
It's true. We're hard.
Yeah, we are hard. We're on the trail. We smoke like cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. We do not endorse smoking for the tiny cowboys. They should.
Yeah, no, the chain gang can't smoke until they're 18 years of age.
No chain smoking, Tompkins. Chain gang.
We'll say it firm here. Now, I might get in trouble for this, but I am opposed to minors doing things that are illegal for minors to do.
Yeah, controversial opinion.
I know I might get flack from woke moralists for that, but...
Yeah, there's certain
Up
things...
yours, woke moralists!
There's some things minors just shouldn't do, you know? And
I know.
we won't elaborate too deeply, but yeah, minors should not be allowed to do certain things. Just saying.
And for the record, we're talking about underage children, not
minors.
Yeah, not the ones digging in the ground.
Yeah, I don't care what they do. They're grown men.
They can do whatever they
grown-ass
want.
men. And those guys, you know, I don't care what laws you break.
Yeah.
The world's your oyster.
And matter of fact,
might
you know,
makes right, you know, willpower, all that.
Here's a question. Just to throw one out there.
Okay.
Should minor, like say you're a coal miner,
Uh-huh.
should you be smoking in the coal mine? Because what if the coal light's on fire?
What are you, some sort of HR lady?
Fair enough.
You ever worked in a coal mine?
No.
You'd want to have a cigarette.
I've dug coal before.
Oh, I believe that.
Here's a story.
He looks like a man who digs coal, doesn't he?
When I was living in Colehurst, Alberta, that's where I grew up.
That's how every good story starts.
It's just outside of Lethbridge. So I partially grew up. I went to school in Lethbridge, but I lived in Colehurst. So there was a horrible mining disaster in the early 1900s in Colehurst, like every mining town in Western Canada.
Yeah.
Every mining town has like a horrible mining disaster that defines the town for some reason.
Yeah, I was just in the East Coast. It's the same thing. There's horrible mining disasters everywhere. Mostly shutting down mines and destroying their economy, frankly.
But there was a horrible mining disaster. Like the whole town exploded and lit on fire in like the early 1900s or whatever.
Kind of like Silent Hill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so
there's a fire still burning.
I don't believe so, but you never know.
But in the alternate reality, it is.
Yeah.
Like in Silent Hill.
But
obscure cultural reference.
They still had a bunch of this coal outside of the mine, but the mining company didn't want anything to do with this coal because not only was it like they weren't getting any more coal, and so they didn't have like enough. I don't know the specifics, but they didn't have enough that they could really properly transport and justify selling.
See, I told you this podcast would be about economic theory.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, and on top of that, I believe it's called lignin coal, which means that it's from fossilized wood.
Okay.
So.
Like Noah's Ark.
Yes. Yeah. So that means that's the worst kind of coal.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay. So that's the kind of coal, like Lethbridge was digging the good coal.
Yeah.
Colehurst was digging the crap coal, and that's why it's so small. And so it was a bunch of like dog water coal, and they didn't have enough of it to justify moving it.
What's dog water?
It means bad.
It means bad. So like hot dog water, the same kind of connotation.
Well, imagine you have this delicious cucumber water.
Yeah, with
but imagine if
water.
Imagine if a dog drank out of it. Would you want it?
Well, it depends on the dog. I'm not gonna just judge all dogs.
Okay, well,
It was like a really clean,
imagine if it was
dog.
a pit bull.
Oh, definitely not. Gross.
So then that's dog water.
That is dog water. Okay, I understand now.
Anyway, so they had a bunch of dog water coal.
Okay.
And they couldn't justify loading it onto a train and shipping it out east, so they just put it all in the field directly behind the school.
Okay.
The elementary school. They put it they just dumped it all in this field. And in the 70s, a bunch of kids started getting black lung from playing in this.
So you're saying a bunch of miners started getting black lung
from the coal.
Okay.
And so they put, like...
It's miners with an O, folks, in case you
Yeah. So they
joke.
put, like this much topsoil on top of it,
Uh-huh.
and then called it a day. So if you just take a shovel behind the Colehurst Elementary School, and anybody who's watching this, do this. This is really fucking funny. If you take a shovel...
I do not endorse. If Connor tells you to do something, just know that I don't necessarily endorse it. Nor does the Frontier Trading Post or our sponsor, Reeser Springs Water.
As an individual, you should... individual to individual, you should do this. It's really funny. Behind the Colehurst Elementary School in Colehurst, Alberta, just take a shovel and just, like, dig down, like, 12 inches, like a foot, and there's just, like, unlimited coal there. And, yeah, it's just there. And so I have dug coal, because I've done that. And then I would put them in little bottles and sell them at Miners' Days, which is the commemoration celebrating the horrible tragedy.
Miner Days?
Miner Days.
Is that in June? Oh, no, wait, we're talking about Colehurst, not Lethbridge.
They put those crosswalks
hold
up.
on, I was just past something which I think I'm supposed to do product placement with.
Wait a second. I don't know if they are gonna endorse this. Well, like this whole rant that I just went on and then what you just said 5 seconds ago.
I'm gonna put this aside for the moment, and I'll wait for a good segue to talk about this particular product. We'll get past this current conversation, which I really don't think that this vendor would endorse, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Anyways, so back to Colehurst and the miners. There's a miner parade or something?
Yeah, Miners' Days.
Miners' Days.
That's what they call it.
That's what they call it?
That's what they call it.
That's hilarious.
It's Miners' Days. MINER''S Days.
Okay, wait. Like miners as in coal miners or miners?
As in coal miners.
Okay, that's less weird.
Miners' Days. That's what they call it. And, you know what, actually, I take umbrage. I take umbrage.
Umbrage. There's a $5 word for you, folks.
I take umbrage with the flag redesign of the town of Colehurst, because they used to have this little mining buddy. They used to have, their logo was a miner who was a miner.
So like a child mining?
Yeah, that used to be the town
That's
of
awesome.
Colehurst logo.
Wow.
But then they changed it. They changed it to a generic minecart, and they said it was like they changed their slogan. Their slogan is now a place to call mine.
That's lame.
I know, but they used to have a miner
Do better,
as their
Colehurst.
logo, and it was on their flag, and it was their flag looked like the logo of like an elementary school or something, but that was the whole town's flag, and it was a coal miner who was a kid with a big pickaxe and mining helmet, and that was their flag and their town logo. Like they had it like on the floor of the town hall and stuff.
Interesting.
But they've changed it. Now it's a place to call mine, and it's a mine cart.
Well, I'm embarrassed for the town of Colehurst. I don't think you should have done that.
I agree. Yeah,
If you voted for the people that did that, you're lame.
I agree.
Yeah. You ruined your town.
Mm-hmm.
I've never even been to Colehurst, but you've ruined it.
It's being gentrified
By who?
by people who live in the rich parts of Lethbridge.
Okay. So Colehurst is becoming a suburb of Lethbridge.
Yes.
Okay. That sucks for them.
Yeah. This has been a process that's been going on probably for like the last 20 years. It's slowly becoming, but they're every year they're planning new developments to build these big, like upscale, like upper middle class houses.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're pushing out the miners.
they're pushing out the miners, and
Sad.
they're bringing in upper middle class people, and it's very jarring because the gentrification process is like halfway, like midway right now.
Mm-hmm.
So driving through Colehurst is also whiplash because you'll be driving and it's like upper middle class trailer park, and it's
I love that.
it's totally bizarre. There is a part of Colehurst. It's on 6th Street. 6th Street, Colehurst.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to this if you're watching this and you live near Colehurst.
If you're really interested in Colehurst,
you can go to this.
Connor's got some places for you to go.
6th Street, Colehurst. After you're done digging all the coal behind the elementary school, you can go to 6th Street, Colehurst, and you can see there is literally like a house that's just barely short of a mansion directly next to like what looks like a crack trailer.
That's awesome.
And they're neighbors.
Well, I didn't know that this podcast was going to be all about Colehurst, but thank you for the Colehurst facts.
Yeah, no worries.
I will say that I've seen a similar thing in Nova Scotia. All of Nova Scotia is like that. It's very large, like $500,000 houses right next to just decrepit, like boarded up windows, roof falling in, just bad. And that's everywhere. It's just like this weird mixed zoning thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Do
interesting.
you know what that's a good segue for?
What?
Talking about how we can restore our small towns.
That was a good segue. You did good. All right, so we're getting off the Colehurst topic. We will not mention Colehurst again on this podcast on pain of death. Okay, I promise. Anyways, back to Tompkins, which is what this is really about. It's really the most important town in the West we've discovered.
Mm-hmm.
Tompkins. We like Tompkins.
We do like Tompkins.
Yeah. Connor likes Tompkins. He's all the way from Lethbridge. Don't even say that other town. We'll just say Lethbridge from now on.
Lethbridge.
Everybody knows
yes.
Lethbridge.
I do live in Lethbridge currently, not the other town. So, yeah, I am from Lethbridge, and I like coming out here. Every time I got an invite, it's a joy, and I'm beaming the entire 3-hour drive. And so I'm very happy to be out in Tompkins, and I'm very happy to cooperate and volunteer and be a part of the Frontier Initiative and
Yes.
what you guys are trying to do with restoring Tompkins and making it making Tompkins great again.
Yes, I am all about making
Mitka.
Tompkins great again.
Mitka.
Excuse
Do you think that's gonna?
Assistant, could you get him some Kleenex? I think he's seething.
Do you think that's gonna catch on?
Say it again.
Mitka. Make Tompkins great again.
It's not going to catch on.
It
We're going to have to come up with a better slogan.
Mitka. Sorry.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Not that Tompkins isn't great in many ways right now, currently.
Mm-hmm.
It's much greater than many other places, like that place with coal that you talked about. That's horrible. The entire East Coast, it's much better than that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd live in a shack here in Tompkins before I'd live there, if I'm being honest. It's kind of rough out there.
I've actually never been outside of, like, east-wise. I was in the Toronto airport, and I went, like, a block outside of it to buy cigarettes at a gas station, and then I immediately went
Famous
back
last
to...
move.
And then I immediately
You
went...
made it? You didn't get accosted?
No, I didn't.
No. It was an enjoyable walk to the gas station to buy cigarettes outside of Toronto Airport?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
here was my secret. I went through the parking garage,
Yeah.
and then there was a door that says, "Door is alarmed, do not open."
Uh-huh. The door was alarmed.
And then
If I was in Toronto, I'd be alarmed too.
and then I went through it, and I jumped over some hedges, and then there was a gas station across a highway, and I just walked across it.
Huh.
And then I bought the cigarettes, and then I took the exact same path back into the airport.
You should be allowed to smoke in airports. Honestly, it's a big pet peeve of mine.
Yeah,
Apparently in Germany, I've only heard tell of this. I'm not sure it's true. And it's probably the only good thing about Germany, if I'm being honest, in this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
In their airports, they have like booths that you can go in that are airtight and have ventilation, and you can have a smoke in the airport.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, you know,
I saw a photo on X, the Everything app.
X the everything. Is that what? Twitter. Yeah. It used to be called Twitter.
Sorry, I believe you mean X, the Everything app. So I saw a
X,
post.
the Mark of the Beast app. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
that's true.
Yeah.
Musk's shame. I was on Musk's Shame, and I saw an image of an Albanian just smoking a dart in the, what is their capital again? I used to know their
The
capital.
capital of Albania.
I used
Does
to know-
anybody in the audience know the capital of Albania? If you do, just shout it out. No?
At one point, I know because one of the movies with Hercule Poirot is set there.
With who?
Hercule Poirot, Agatha Christie,
I don't know who that is.
the author
Of what?
of Hercule Poirot,
I don't know what that is.
the Belgian version of Sherlock Holmes.
There's a Belgian version of Sherlock Holmes, folks. You can check it out. It's by an Albanian.
It's not by an Albanian. It's by Agatha Christie. I don't know where she's from. She's not Albanian. I can
Okay.
tell you that.
Anyways,
But it's set. It's set
in the capital
in
of Albania.
one of them. It's
Are there multiple capitals of Albania?
no, one of the books is set there.
Okay.
It's like I can't remember. It's called like Murder in the Sun or something.
Murder in Albania.
It was not called Murder in Albania. It's called like
That wouldn't be that significant.
yeah, that would, you might as well call the book Tuesday.
Yeah. Anyways, the furthest east he's been was a gas station outside of Toronto Airport.
Yes,
So,
unless he like in Canada.
So I was bagging on the East Coast, our fine nation, and you know, I shouldn't be too quick to judge. There's some really nice folks out there. There was a few pretty hospitable folks. There was some people that really didn't like me. I think they're racist to Albertans. That's what I think. I think they don't like my look or my
You're
accent.
Saskatchewanese now.
It's Saskatchestani.
Oh, crap.
Albertans.
Saskatchewantonian?
No. Ugh. I don't call it. That's like in
Saskatchewan.
Halifax. Do you know what they call themselves in Halifax?
It's gonna be like
It's the cringest thing you've ever heard.
it's gonna be like Halifaxianian.
Halgonians.
Halgonians.
We're Halgonians.
That's like Glaswegians.
It's like an Elder Scrolls race, okay? It's embarrassing.
Halgonian.
Halgonians.
Hollywood.
Ugh. They call Halifax Hollywood.
That's more cringe than Hollywood North, which is what Vancouver calls itself.
Is that what they call themselves?
They call themselves Hollywood North because all the films are filmed there.
Interesting. Interesting.
Nobody films movies in Halifax. When's the last time you saw a movie set in Halifax? Halifax, Nova Scotia, famous for its film industry.
Yeah.
At least people know films are set in Vancouver. You have Twilight was set there. Not set there, but filmed there. Most of Supernatural was filmed there. Sonic movie 1 and 2 was filmed there.
Great films. Really good. Those are really awesome films, folks.
But
Hollywood North.
people film movies there.
You know where people film movies, Connor?
Hollywood?
Piapot. Piapot, Saskatchewan.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that a fact?
There is a booming film industry in Piapot, Saskatchewan. I assure you, folks.
Is this like independent films or like actual Hollywood?
They're funded by the provincial government to a degree and some nonprofits. They're, you know, mostly independent. Such films, such artistic films as Gopher Attack 3.
Gopher Attack 3.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
You
Can we pull that up, Jamie?
You can-
Jamie, can we pull it up? Can we pull up Gopher Attack 3?
No, there's no need. There's no
Okay.
I will
Audience,
tell you.
check
I will
out
tell
Gopher
you.
Attack 3.
If you want to check out Gopher Attack 3, which I think is what it's called. It might be called Attack of the Gophers. It's something like that. I mean, it's a creative name. You can go to Gull Lake, the movie theater in the fine town of Gull Lake.
It's actually Gorefers.
Oh, excuse me, audience. It's Gorefers 3. So the word gopher, but with gore. Because you see in this film, the gophers tear people's arms off. Kind of like that samurai sword on the wall. Very dangerous creatures.
Now, is this practical effects?
Oh, yeah. Well, practical, digital. It's a mix. It's, you know, It's a bunch of guys being creative. Anyways, I happen to know that many of those fine horror films, those Saskatchewan-produced horror films, were filmed within decrepit buildings in Piepot, Saskatchewan, by residents of Piepot, Saskatchewan. And if you want to check out these films, you can go to the Gull Lake Theatre, one town over from fine Tompkins, and you can purchase the DVDs there. And they do screenings every once in a while.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's Hollywood North.
True.
Just like this is Nashville North. Tompkins is Nashville North. Piepot, Hollywood North.
Yeah, I think that's about accurate.
Halifax is nothing.
Halifax is
It's
nothing.
garbage. It's a garbage town.
Halifax.
It's a garbage island. It's not even an island.
The Maritimes. I mean, they call them the Maritimes because they're probably going to sink into the sea, and nobody will cry.
No, they're like Atlantis, but nobody will write legends about it. Anyways, like I say, there's some very nice people there, and I appreciate their hospitality. And there's some beautiful things to see there. Although, I'll tell you what, don't walk in the grass, you'll get ticks, and they'll give you Lyme disease. Everybody there has Lyme disease. I think the government is dropping ticks from the sky, and they don't want you to go in the grass. They say stay off the grass, and if you disobey them, you're getting tick Lyme disease. Everybody's got it. Literally everybody I met there had Lyme disease. It's very sad.
Rest in peace.
Rip in peace,
the
Halifax.
entire population.
Hollywood. Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Take care of Hollywood.
Rest in peace to all of the Haligonians.
Haligonians, yeah. So, anybody that's trapped behind enemy lines in places like Hollywood, my heart goes out to you, brother.
Good luck on the Lyme disease.
Yeah, good luck. Go west, young man.
Yeah, you could go west to Tompkins, Saskatchewan.
Go west.
Where, trying to get things back on the trail, we had a very awesome segue earlier, and then we completely squandered it.
Did we?
Talking about gorfers and how Halifax could sink into the ocean and nobody would cry, maybe a little bit.
You know what? I had really good pizza in Halifax. Well, it wasn't in Halifax. Halifax was kind of a dump. But there was a little town. I had a really good pizza there. It was a very nice experience. The waiting staff were amazing. It was one of my top experiences there, was eating pizza at this joint. And that night, after we got home from eating the pizza, somebody broke into that store, robbed it, and burned it to the ground. And honestly, I feel like that kind of speaks to the whole situation out there. All the nice things are being robbed and burned to the ground, and it's sad.
Just like our civilization.
Yeah, it's a lot like our Western civilization. But you know what? There are still points of light out there. Places like fine Tompkins, Saskatchewan, where it's sunny and humid like you're in the antebellum South. Mm-hmm. It's lovely. You should talk about the parade today. Connor got to witness the Tompkins Homecoming Parade, and it was a sight. It was amazing. I'm not being facetious. It was actually awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I really think that Tompkins got the parade it deserved.
It was an excellent parade.
It was excellent.
Yes. There were tons of classic cars, and they were beautiful.
No, it was beautiful. And I got the whole thing on video. It was great.
We did. And we'll probably put it on this channel. So
yeah.
If you want to watch the entire Tompkins Parade, you actually should. I'm not joking. I know it sounds like we're taking the piss here. We're not. It's one of the best parades I've ever experienced.
It was very nice. No.
They were actually, it was like going back to the 1960s. They were throwing candy out of the windows like inflation doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And the children
it was mostly freezies.
Mostly freezies, which honestly...
Mostly freezies that destroyed your freezer.
If I had one criticism of the Tompkins Parade, I would say freezies aren't the best treat to throw onto the road, because they tend to damage the packages, and then, it gets everywhere in your freezer, so...
Yeah.
But I appreciate the thought. The kids got a lot of freezies.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
And yeah, the classic cars... one of the things I really enjoyed was, very early on they had this vintage fire engine.
Yeah, that thing is awesome.
It was beautiful.
It's cool.
And there were horses as well. There was
tons of horses.
There was a cavalry battalion of cowboys.
And they were throwing candy from the horses.
From the horses, yeah.
I've never seen. That's kind of cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were some tiny cowboys on wagons, and they were throwing candy, and they were throwing it to hurt people, and I thought that was cool.
That's good.
Yeah, really whipping those Tootsie Rolls.
We like missiles, direct ICBM candies.
Yes. It keeps the crowd on its toes.
There were some kids with water guns.
Oh yeah.
And golf carts, a Tompkins classic.
Yes.
Everyone always is driving around in golf carts here.
Yeah.
I actually haven't had the privilege or the honor of riding in a golf cart in Tompkins. I've not assimilated to the culture yet.
That's not true. Connor's a drunk and he forgets. Because he actually has ridden on a golf cart in Tompkins. He just doesn't remember because it was an evening.
I don't remember that
It
at
was
all.
the evening of my wedding.
I
folks.
rode in a golf cart on your wedding?
Yes, on 9/11, you rode on a golf cart on my wedding. You and several other characters and the saloon owner next door jumped on one side, and he's a rather big fellow, so the whole golf cart almost fell over.
I do not remember this in the slightest.
Yeah, well, it was at like 3 a.m, and we were ferrying you back to the saloon to go sleep in your room upstairs. Yeah.
Well, you learn something new every day.
You learned a lot about yourself on this podcast.
Why was your wedding on 9/11? It's never forget.
Honestly, I just don't want to forget the date. And I know that sounds crass, but can you imagine your wife asks you, you forget your anniversary? Yeah, you're a dead man. But how do you forget 9/11?
I think you and your wife, the passion and the love between you two
He's going to make a bad joke.
Is so hot, it could melt steel beams.
Disavow. It could melt steel.
I saw a steel beam from the World Trade Center at the Calgary Military Museum about 3 weeks ago.
Interesting. And what did you discover about that steel beam?
Absolutely nothing, but I took a video of me pointing at it and saying, jet fuel, no way I can melt this thing.
Okay. Hey, we got to stop with the 9/11 jokes, folks. It's not funny.
I'm sorry.
It's not funny.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I
were actually
expect
attacked.
To be
We
forgiven.
were attacked by very bad people on that day. It was much worse than Pearl Harbor.
That's
It
true.
was really bad. And who are those people? I don't know. You got to do your own research, folks.
Yeah.
You got to figure out who did that. I don't think it was a bunch of Arab clowns. I can tell you that much. Anyways, what were we talking about before we got off track there?
The Tompkins
Golf
parade.
Golf carts.
Yeah,
So
those golf carts in the
Tompkins
parade.
made a wonderful decision. It was one of the town councils. They decided that they would make golf carts road legal. So now everybody has a golf cart, and they rip around everywhere. There's a lot of drink driving in those golf carts, but it's fun and safe, and it's awesome. It makes it feel like you're on vacation, like you're in Cabo. Feels like I'm in Cabo. Yeah.
No, it's very unique. It's a vibe,
Yes.
and I haven't seen anything like it anywhere else.
It's true. You got to check out Tompkins.
Check
worth
out
the trip.
Tompkins.
Yeah,
Come to Tompkins, Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Come to the Frontier Trading Post.
He drives all the way from Lethbridge, and he's stoked the whole way.
Like I said, I'm beaming the entire 3-hour
beaming.
drive. I'm beaming.
Yeah.
I'm smiling. I'm grinning from ear to ear.
We got a couch for you to sleep on or whatever. Like you don't have to stay at the saloon. You can. It's an experience in and of itself. The food's amazing.
Yes.
But we also have couches, so you can do that.
The food's amazing. I wonder how they cook it.
Perfect segue. How do they cook the food at the Lucky Loon Saloon? Well, they cook it with tallow muscle rub. Extra strength. Wait a minute. That's the wrong product.
Uh-oh.
Same vendor, wrong
Make
product.
the different product.
They also, so this is made by Susie's Cauldron, who does not endorse joking about 9/11.
She does not endorse anything.
She doesn't
we've said on
actually
this
endorse
the
being on this podcast. She has
no
connection.
idea she's on this.
Huh?
Or Connor.
She does not endorse
She doesn't
me.
endorse Connor either, and I understand. He's a lot. He throws spaghetti out of his pockets all the time.
Yeah.
She did think maybe he should date her sister, though, one of them.
That is true.
Am I saying too much? This might be too much.
This might be a little bit personal.
Anyway, drop it. We're
not talking about my dating life on the podcast.
Well, I'm not worried
on the
about
same-
you. We can talk about your dating life.
We're
That's
not
a
talking
problem.
about my dating
Well,
life.
let's not bring in specific people that you've thrown spaghetti at.
Okay.
Okay, anyways. This vendor who does not endorse this ad in any way, shape, or form is Susie's Cauldron, and they make awesome stuff. She makes awesome stuff in a giant cauldron. This is a new thing. It's tallow muscle rub extra strength. So you rub this on your muscles. So
How do you get extra strong?
You probably don't have a use for it, if I'm being honest. But for me, like I rub this on my six pack, all that, and it gives you extra strength. Or wait, I actually know it makes your muscles not ache. So if you're like doing a bunch of push-ups, you rub that on your muscles, and it will make it feel better.
That's good to know.
It's kind of like Tiger Balm, but I don't think it contains any tiger.
Does it contain bombs?
Massage it gently until fully absorbed. External use only. Apply to sore muscles or joints. Ingredients: beef tallow, castor oil, mind your beeswax, menthol crystals, camphor, and a whole bunch of essential oils, including cinnamon bark. It's got cinnamon bark in there. Doesn't say anything about bombs.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, you rub this on your sore muscles and it feels good. And no tigers were harmed in the production of this Tiger Balm-like product. And yeah, this one's new. But we also have like stuff that you can use to cook, including those amazing fries next door. So you can buy that here too. It makes good French fries.
It does.
Yeah, yeah. And we also have lamb tallow, which you can put on your feet. Some people do that. Stops your feet from being old.
If you ever want to start some kind of side business, and you need to look especially good for that.
Yeah, that's true. Or you want your feet to look good. I see what you're saying. Never mind. Moving on. Moving on.
It's a big moneymaker these days.
Apparently it is. Anyways, if you, that's actually a good thing to say, that if you want to start a side business and you want to market your side business effectively, you can be on this podcast.
I'm sure
We'll talk.
Advertisers are lining around the door with this podcast. They're down the street.
They are. So
there's a line all the way up to Regina with the way we've been talking.
Also known as Pile of Bones. That was a better name. They should have went with that name. That name was metal. They called it Regina. Ugh. I stole that joke. That's okay. Yeah, if you want to advertise your thing, like, just let us know and we'll talk. We'll make fun of it on this podcast. And I mean, if you have a muscle rub and you want us to like literally rub it on our muscles, if that's what it takes to keep our lights on, we'll do it. We'll do whatever you need. Just let us know. We'll humiliate ourselves for product placement, and we'll tell our audience about great products. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's enough ads and product placement for a while. We should
I think we've done more product placement than we have actually talking about anything.
Yeah, and none of these people have actually paid us to do this. That's the weird part. This is like, we just thought it'd be funny to talk about their stuff. Yeah.
It is funny.
And in fact, they probably wouldn't endorse being a part of this.
No. I think quite explicitly everyone we've spoken about would be vehemently against everything.
Luckily,
we've said.
Nobody's going to watch this, so they definitely won't see it. They definitely won't see it, I hope. I hope this doesn't blow up and go viral.
This is gonna
everybody's
be the
going
next
to pull
sensation.
their products out of our store, and that'd be bad.
Yeah, we'll be destitute.
We will be destitute.
Well, I say we. I have no stock in this business whatsoever.
Well, that's not true. Don't run yourself down like that. You have a lot of stock in this business.
But I would not be financially impacted in any way, shape, or form if you went out of business.
True. But you would be emotionally impacted.
I would be emotionally impacted.
And spiritually impacted.
But I would not... I would lose nothing financially if this building exploded tomorrow.
Wow. I mean, it's true. He has no investment in this at all.
I just come out here from time to time.
Actually, that's not entirely true. He has a tiny investment in this.
What was that? I have a large time investment.
That's true. He's put a lot of emotional energy into this. More than
I door knocked the entire town.
He did. Yeah, we tried to get my wife elected for council because we wanted to fix that pothole that we heard the Mandarin in.
Mm.
We were gonna run for politics to do that. Just put some cement in it, like probably like 20 bags. It's only this big. It's a really small hole, but like it's gonna need 20 bags of cement to get to the bottom. So we were running for council. We got Connor to go knock on everybody's doors, and nobody knows him. He's from Lethbridge or that other place, and yeah, he dressed in a suit. He had a briefcase. We made flyers. It was kind of a joke, but kind of serious. We really did want to fix that pothole.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
I know.
Some people yelled at him. Some people were like, get off my property.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And also, nobody in the town knew who we were. We just moved here, and all of a sudden they have these weird flyers with my wife's face on them. And this weird kid in a
like,
suit
who
banging
was,
on their door.
And I was, like, the people were, like, bewildered because, like, at the pub, I was talking about how I was her campaign manager.
Yes, he was.
From their perspective, she had, like, hired me.
Yeah.
Like, they thought I was, like, a big city campaign manager, like, here, this suit and tie, like, genuinely, like, a professional. I'm just some idiot.
You looked pretty professional.
I looked professional, but I was talking professionally at the doors. But in reality, I'm just some idiot who spends a lot of time here.
Drove here from Lethbridge in his Grand Marquis.
Yes.
And I had no money. I don't even know why he came. It was a foolish decision. And then he spent an entire weekend door knocking for us. For nothing. We might have fed him. I think we gave him a box of Cheez-Its. He likes those.
I do really like Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
If you want to donate to this podcast, send me a box of Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
Mail them to P.O. Box 666, Colehurst, Alberta, T0L0V0.
666?
That's genuinely my P.O. box.
Seriously.
That is actually my P.O. box. Mail Cheez-Its to that address.
Mail Cheez-Its to 666. All right.
P.O. Box 666, Colehurst, Alberta,
Yeah.
T0L0V0. Mail Cheez-Its to that address, please.
Yes. Is there a way that we could MK Ultra them into that? Could we put some flashing lights on the screen and ask for Cheez-Its? I don't know. Possibly. We'll think about that for the next one. We will have brainwash
indoctrination.
You into sending Cheez-Its.
We'll have MK Ultra indoctrination tactics.
It's like when you play Led Zeppelin backwards. It's the same kind of thing.
Or if you sync Pink Floyd in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, if you do that.
Polybius.
Yes. Anyways, he was banging on everybody's doors trying to get my wife elected. And I think people were upset by that, if I'm being honest. I think
I got some positive feedback.
Yes. And then some people were super weirded out, and they're like, who are these weird people that are running for council that we don't know? So, yeah, I don't blame them. I don't blame them for not electing my wife, but what do you do?
Yeah.
Next time it'll be better, because next time when we send Connor, he's going to have a Tompkins pin.
Yes.
On his breast.
And they'll know I'm local.
They will know. They'll know he's a part of this community.
I'm an established member of the community.
He is an established... I think people are getting to know him pretty well. He kind of inserts himself into cultural events. He sings doo-wop songs in the middle of the parade, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to get to know him whether they like it or not, frankly.
And I think most people are kind of like that. Like, in terms of
I think
not
they're
just
gonna...
Tompkins. Everyone's going to get to know me. Everyone.
It's true.
Including you.
Yeah.
Your family, your grandparents.
They're going to get to know Connor way too well.
They'll know.
Anyways, where were we going with that?
I really actually want to talk about something serious.
Okay.
Can we?
Can we talk about something serious? I suppose. The funny part of this podcast is over. Now we're going to talk about
the comedy
very
section
serious things.
We had a very significant comedy section. But now it's time for the serious topic. We're going to talk about serious things over a bowl of nondescript crackers that may or may not be my favorite brand.
Are these 4 cheese?
I think they're, the Italian one.
I can taste 4 different cheeses in these Cheez-Its.
Launch them.
Those free?
They're all yours. So anyways, we're here to talk about economic corporatism.
Yeah, corporatism.
Yeah, corporatism. That's the thing that he's reading about right now.
Yeah,
that he wants to inflict on the rest of us.
I do. I would like
Here.
to utilize my powers in indoctrination. This is a microphone that works.
Yeah.
I would like
That's
to utilize my powers of indoctrination to convince you all of economic corporatism. Do you know what economic corporatism is?
That's a negative, Ghost Rider.
Sounds good. Well, I'll explain it to you.
Well, I love economics and I love corporatism. How about we start by defining corporatism? What is that?
Well, exactly. So, essentially, corporatism is a concept that asserts that the state should be organized according to representation by these workers' guilds. So, you'll have your kind of set regular government structure. You'll have the executive and the legislative. But the legislative will be partially inhabited by representatives from these worker guilds that have risen through the ranks of the guild according to their competency in the specified field. So, where this differs from kind of typical workers' representation in governance is, firstly, corporatism has a outline for established demarcated hierarchy. One of the big problems with systems like socialism is that it asserts that there is no hierarchy, but hierarchies are natural. They happen whether you like it or not.
It's true. You just watch that little gang of cowboys.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always
the
a
chain
boss.
gang is going to have a boss.
There's
Even
gonna
if
be a
they were
boss.
perfectly egalitarian, it doesn't matter. They're going to have
That's
a
true.
boss. And so that's what we would call an emergent hierarchy. They have no established structure, and so
True.
the hierarchy is emergent. So who is most likely to emerge as the leader of the chain gang?
The strongest.
The strongest, the
Mhm.
most cunning, the one who is most able to enforce his will upon the unwilling.
Mhm.
And
You can see this in a lot of married couples.
this is true.
Yeah, there's a lot of beaten down men.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's sad.
Longhousing.
Longhousing. That's what it's called. Google that.
But that is who succeeds in the emergent hierarchy, the most cunning or the most strong. And typically in governmental systems and the nature of politics is the physical strength doesn't matter. It's
Not
only about
these days.
It's only about who you can weasel. And that's what ends up happening. You watch any socialist system, that is what always happens. And this is not necessarily to endorse capitalism, because ultimately, if you think about this, capitalism and communism have the same objective, equality. But they're different approaches to equality. Capitalism believes in equality of opportunity, that anyone can start a business and make money. That is the premise upon which capitalism is structured, is equality of opportunity.
I kind of disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree.
Okay.
I think you're defining liberalism, not capitalism.
Okay.
Because capitalism is just the theory that capital will be allocated effectively.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it has anything to do with equality of opportunity necessarily.
I see.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
I could also be wrong.
I haven't read anything about capitalism in a long time.
Is anybody here an expert on Adam Smith?
He's read a lot of Adam Smith recently.
I've not read a single word of Adam Smith recently.
Okay. All right.
Or ever, for that matter.
Or ever.
Anyway, at the very least, we can say communism believes in equality of outcome.
Agreed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Communism, socialism, that is the premise of equality of outcome. And this is where we get this idea, that they get this idea, that there are no hierarchies, there is one proletariat class, and that it will govern everything. But that doesn't work, because you have an emergent hierarchy within that proletarian class. There's new classes. Those classes will conflict, because there is such a thing as class conflict, but it doesn't have to exist. And this is where the fostered hierarchy comes in. You foster a hierarchy in such a way that it pre-selects for people who will exhibit more virtuous behavior. The hardworking, most of all, is the hardworking. The harder you work, the more virtuous you are, typically.
That's a very Protestant thing to say.
Well, even though I'm a Catholic,
He endorses the Protestant work ethic despite being a Catholic.
Of course. Hey, you were the one talking about taking a siesta today.
Did I?
No.
Yeah.
And I did. But,
And you did. Lazy Catholics.
hey, what can I say? It comes with the confirmation. But, yeah.
Okay, so if I would paraphrase what you're trying to say, you're specifically focused on the hierarchy element.
Yes.
So, in the two economic systems that we kind of see competing in the 20th and 21st century, you have the more, on the far end, you got Marxism, communism, which professes to try to flatten the hierarchy so that everybody has control over the economy. And in reality, we see that that just becomes a mafia state where a bunch of weasels end up in charge of, the proles, essentially. Capitalism, on the other end, is more anarchic. It's this idea that capital can kind of just flow in all different directions, and it will sort itself out through kind of its own nature. So we see that that kind of can lead to some really weird outcomes too. Liberalism, which goes pretty hand in hand with capitalism, has this idea of equality of opportunity, that if we just kind of let anybody do whatever they want all the time, people are going to pick the best places to put their energy, and it's going to build a great civilization. And I think we have seen that work to a degree in civilizations that were already pretty well structured and had sort of a social order that was oriented around things like Christianity, just generally having a shared spiritual idea, a shared civilizational idea, a shared history. Those civilizations, when giving some freedom to move their capital around in different directions, actually built some pretty cool stuff. But as those old systems kind of collapse and are degraded by those free market conditions, entropy, essentially. Entropy begins to act on those old orders, and you end up with some very strangely aligned systems where nobody's really particularly happy with it. So neither of those systems of the 20th century have proven to be amazing.
Yeah.
To the point where a lot of young people, especially now, are reading a lot of history and looking back and even talking to older people and seeing that, like, a lot of things were a lot better.
Yeah.
Even in our recent past and even in our distant past.
Yes.
That our civilization was more coherent, our families were stronger, we had more opportunities. Maybe we weren't as rich in materials. Not everybody had... We didn't have cell phones in the 80s. We didn't have a lot of these things that are quite handy that we enjoy. Cheap microprocessors, computers, all that stuff. But the things that are really important, we had more of. We had better communities, stronger communities.
More God.
Lots of good stuff. We had lots of good stuff. And somehow, through our choices of economics and other things, we have ended up allowing entropy to really destroy a lot of what made life good, what made our civilization good. So I think Connor is trying to think of a system that doesn't align with either of those poles that could actually be used to get us out of this quagmire that we're in. Giggity.
Exactly. No, you summarized what I was saying pretty well.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, we're on similar wavelength here.
That's good.
And so that is down to brass tacks. That's what we're trying to figure out is how do we get to, because I will preface this with, obviously, there's no such thing as a march backwards. You can't turn back the clock. But you can create conditions that, by their nature, have outcomes that align with how things were historically, but that are now inoculated against the entropic and the degrading forces that have resulted in our current situation. Because I don't believe that a march backwards is necessarily desirable. Because naturally, the past has led to the present. Mm-hmm. So if you turn back the clock, you arrive at the present.
Yes.
So you need to take inspiration from the past. You need to find what works and find what doesn't, and then look forward into a new system which is able to replicate what is good, but immunize against that which is bad and that which leads to the present.
Okay, so to translate that into English.
To translate that into English...
Connor's too smart for his own good.
Oh, well, that's very high praise, thank you.
It's true. It was kind of an insult, but I'm glad that you took it as praise.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, he talks too smart. He talks too smart. It's
okay.
Bad. No, it's good. Anyway, to paraphrase that.
To paraphrase that, yeah.
I think what Connor's trying to say, for those of you who are at a normal level of IQ like myself, he's saying that if we were to say, first of all, let's define entropy. Entropy, I'm not a physicist, so I'm probably going to have an incorrect definition of this, but I think the popular definition...
Using the Jurassic Park definition of entropy.
The Jurassic Park definition of entropy, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the popular culture version of entropy, not the physics version. Entropy is this idea that if you don't maintain things actively, they fall apart. Mm-hmm. So if you don't mow your lawn, your yard will become a mess. Mm-hmm. That's just the nature of things. And then your customers will come into your store and they'll tell you repeatedly how they hate that people don't mow their lawns in town. And you know that they're talking about your yard specifically, but they'll pretend like they're talking about other people. Mm-hmm. So you'll get a lot of like passive-aggressive lawn mowing comments. Mm-hmm. So you got to mow your yard, folks. And that goes for everything else. If you don't stain your deck, eventually the sun is going to bleach it. It's going to fall apart. And that's true of everything. If you don't maintain your civilization actively, it will fall apart into barbarism. Mm-hmm. So that's entropy. And entropy is acting on our civilization, and we have not maintained it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people think that, well, we should just go back to living a certain way where it worked. So they'll idolize things like the 1950s. Mm-hmm. They'll say we should just try to get back to the 1950s. So they'll look at all the things in the 1950s that they think are better than now, and they'll just try to find a way to force that into our modern life. And it's not to say that there aren't some good things about the 1950s. There definitely are. But you can't just create those exact same conditions. And if you do, even if, say, you elect a government that's going to force your entire civilization to throw your cell phones in the lake and, get back to the conditions of the 1950s, what Connor's trying to say is that even if we could do that, even if we could press a button right now and go back to 1950s conditions, naturally, those conditions led us to where we are now. Mm-hmm. So even if we go back to that point, we are eventually going to end up where we are now, because we have not addressed whatever the underlying conditions are that have led us into our current situation. And so he thinks we should do something outside of the box instead of just trying to recreate a historical time period that we think was cooler.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That is accurate. And that is
accurate.
something that sentiment that we should just roll back the clock is far too pervasive.
It's pretty common.
And it's...
Things were great in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? That is a good point. What you just made is every decade, the time we should roll back the clock to gets more and more recent.
I know. For my generation, it's the 90s. Man, were the 90s ever awesome. We sure want to go back to the 90s. Kurt Cobain and Nirvana. Oh boy, it was awesome.
And
N64.
For my generation, already, it's the aughts.
It's the 2000s. These guys are like, man, the 2000s were awesome.
Mm-hmm. Scene Girls. PS2.
My Chemical Romance.
When I was... Okay.
No, not on my, not on my Christian podcast.
But it gets more and more recent because it's nostalgia. It is... They're right in a sense that things were better. Because we are on a constant decline.
Yes.
We are on a constant decline. We are living in the ruins of a civilization. The only difference is we have steel and glass buildings and iPhone 10s, or whatever number we're at now.
Do you have an iPhone?
No.
Okay. All right. He just used that as a metaphor, folks. He's not an iPhone guy.
But,
iPhones are for women.
woman offended. But
the women in the audience are offended by that comment, but it's true. You all have them.
yes, I have never owned an iPhone
Me neither.
because I'm heterosexual.
That's true. I have testosterone, and I like Bigfoot.
You like big feet?
Bigfoot.
Oh, okay.
Just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you not like Bigfoot?
Like, so you prefer if they're misaligned, like one's bigger than the other? Anyway, Sasquatch aside,
Sasquatch is a male interest, is what I'm saying.
that's true.
Yes.
I've never seen a female Bigfoot hunter.
Well, you're going to meet one.
They're
When we do our Bigfoot conference, I
Oh,
believe
boy.
we have a female Bigfoot hunter who is going to present. Who
okay,
makes documentaries
I can't
about
wait.
Sasquatch. It's going to be amazing.
but
Yeah.
yeah. So this nostalgia, because people are right that the aughts was better.
And the 90s were better than the aughts.
Yes,
And the 80s were probably better than the 90s.
and the 70s were better than the 80s,
Yeah.
and
All the way down.
all the way down, except
To
like
the French Revolution.
pretty much exactly 1789 was
17, that's when it all went off the rails, folks.
pretty much.
Got real bad.
And so, pick any decade from 2020 to 1789. And yeah, you could say, let's go back to this time because it was better.
Yeah.
And you will be demonstrably correct. But, like we were saying, that doesn't address the problem. The French Revolution already happened, guys. The
Yeah.
problem is still there. The problem, there is a specter over Europe. And that specter is liberalism.
Yes.
And then whenever Marx came in, I don't even know when he published his Communist Manifesto.
Doesn't matter.
And then that specter was communism as well, and that's not a good thing. He was trying to make it a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
The specter of communism? No, that's not a good thing, buddy. I'm talking to
Anyway.
you, Karl Marx. If you're watching this, Karl Marx, I'm talking to you.
To the actual people that are watching this that have no idea what we're talking about, what we're trying to say is liberalism is cringe.
Yes.
We don't like liberalism.
We don't.
It's really cringe.
So-
and we have to go back.
We have to go back, but we
And-
have to also go forwards.
Also, the French Revolution was not cool like they told you in school.
They did tell you that.
They
They
told you it
told
was
you that
cool.
at the Alberta Legislature gift shop.
Did they really?
Yes,
They're
they
pro-French Revolution?
had the history of democracy and it included such greats as Athenian democracy founded, French Revolution. No, it jumped from Athenian democracy to the Magna Carta to the American Revolution to the French Revolution to like women get the vote. That's the history of the world according to the Alberta legislature.
That's lame. There's a lot more cool stuff in history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Rome was better as an empire, frankly,
that's true.
for a while.
But so it's not sufficient. It's not good enough to merely go back. You need to go forwards as well because time does not rewind. It's not like a VHS tape, which they used in the 90s.
Yeah, I used to work at a video store when I was a kid. That was my job.
But it's not like a VHS tape. You can't rewind, and it's not desirable to rewind. So you need to go forward. What does it mean to go forward while going back? You mentioned the Roman Empire. And the Roman Empire...
Every episode of this podcast will mention the Roman Empire, I assure you.
Probably.
Probably, most likely.
Um...
And you know what? The women that are watching this, probably the like one woman that is watching this, like you won't get it, but that's all right. Not everybody has to be into the Roman Empire.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just every man.
Just every man alive.
But you mentioned the Roman Empire, which is perfect for my point, because are you familiar with what the Roman Empire did when they conquered another civilization?
Which part specifically?
They
did a lot of stuff.
They did a lot of stuff, but
not all of it very nice.
But
effective.
The thing that made them better at conquering the next civilization, like the Gallia, what did they do? They took everything that was efficient
and absorbed it.
Kind
of like the Borg.
Yes.
In Star Trek, which I've never seen.
I watched like 5 episodes of Star Trek:
I
The
didn't
Next
like
Generation.
it. Honestly, I didn't
My
like
grandma loves Star Trek. That should tell you everything you need to know about Star Trek.
Yeah.
My grandma also
my
loves
jam.
Supernatural.
And I grew up. I'm gonna out myself on this podcast. I grew up in Vulcan, Alberta. Do you know anything about Vulcan, Alberta?
I know it was named after the Roman god of thunder. The guy who founded it was super autistic, and he named all of the streets after Roman gods. And now it's Star Trek Town.
Yeah. Yeah, at some point the town decided that because their town was named Vulcan after the Roman god of thunder. And
Fire.
Fire. Yeah.
Because Volcano? It's named after him.
Right. Yeah, okay. I'm tired. It's been a long weekend.
It's okay.
Anyways, the town was named after that, and then Star Trek got popular, and they have the planet Vulcan that Spock is from. So the town decided that that's how they would make their town popular, is they would really lean into the Star Trek angle. So everything in the town is Star Trek themed now. They've renamed the streets to like Spock Street, and like all the stores sell Spock ears for you to wear, and they have a big convention center that fills up with some interesting folks once a year, and they've really leaned into it. So, like most people who actually grew up in Vulcan, we are not super into it. It's the fact that the streetlights have little Star Trek Enterprise spaceships hanging from them is not really our jam. I don't know, maybe some Vulcanites really like it. I distance myself.
So you guys aren't called Vulcanonians?
I don't know what they call themselves.
Vulcanite is a perfectly good term, but
It's not
people
bad.
want
It's
to
better
call
than
people from
Haldonians.
Lethbridge. Okay, think about this. What would be the demonym for Lethbridge?
I don't know, it's a tough one. Lethies?
I say
Lethers.
Lethbridger.
Lethers.
I would say Lethbridger.
Lethers.
Lethbridger?
Yeah, okay. It is
That
That's
seems-
the obvious choice, but
That is the obvious choice. But no. They had a massive poll in the city. What should the demonym for Lethbridge be? Lethbridgian, Lethbridgeite, or Lethbian?
tell me they didn't pick that third option.
I don't know which one they picked. It wasn't like an official poll, but it was like it was going around the whole city. Like everybody
So
participated.
you're a lesbian?
I'm gonna bite the ear off. You're a lesbian, man. I'm Mike Tyson. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight this
Well,
lesbian.
You know what? I support the lesbians in their struggle for recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, like towns should do things to attract tourism and like have, make sure their town's on brand, but adopting Star Trek as your brand has unintended consequences that you may not like. So consider it carefully what your town gets behind.
maybe
I can say the same thing for Salem, Massachusetts. Be careful what you wish for.
be careful what you wish for.
Yes.
Anyway,
Anyway.
like the Borg and like the Roman Empire, it is good to absorb which is good.
Yes.
But if the Roman Empire, after conquering the Gauls, became exactly like the Gauls, they would then just become the Gauls, which were hut-dwelling, shirtless, naked barbarians. And so
I feel like he's bagging on the Gauls too much. I like the Gauls.
the Gauls were
They were
fine.
taller than the Romans too.
They
so
they were
If the
they
Romans
had,
became the Gauls, they'd just be short Gauls.
yeah. But the point being, from a Roman perspective,
From a Roman perspective,
yes.
yes.
Um,
I mean, the Britons, you can say some things about them.
that's true.
Caesar had some things to say about
Hengist
the
and
Britons.
Horsa were completely justified.
They were.
Um,
Swamp dwelling, not good.
yeah. No, Hengist
Caesar said that the Britons were the ugliest people he'd ever encountered.
Well, and if you want to experience that for yourself, just go to Cardiff. If you want to understand exactly what Caesar was talking about, just take a flight to Cardiff, and you'll understand why Hengist and Horsa did nothing wrong.
And if you want to read Caesar's commentaries, you can buy them here at the Frontier Trading Post.
That's true, in Tompkins, Saskatchewan.
In Tompkins, we have a large Roman section in our store
Yes.
for the men that are interested.
But, like I was saying, if the Roman Empire had just adopted everything about Gaul, then they would have just become Gallic, and as a result, been less effective at conquering, because obviously the Gauls were conquered.
Right.
And so if we adopt everything from the past, as opposed to integrating that which is good and looking forward in a new direction to expand our civilizational empire, in this case, dominion being expanded across time, as our land empire is across the land of time, then we have to adopt that which is good and cast away that which is detrimental. So then that bears the question, what is detrimental? And this is where the study of history is important. Well, we see, as a result of entropy, which we have defined according to the definition of Jurassic Park. Thank you, Michael Crichton?
I don't know how you say that guy's name.
Michael Crichton. Crichton?
Crichton?
Crichton sounds right.
Crichton? I don't know.
But it's probably something
Airport
stupid
folks.
like Crichton.
Yeah, probably.
And so we see entropy. Entropy is a problem. How do you deal with entropy? Well, we live in liberalism right now. Liberalism, as we established, has emergent hierarchies. Part of maintaining civilization is not allowing things to be up to chance, not allowing things to be emergent, taking control of as much as you possibly can. And so this is where I purport the fostered hierarchy, if you remember from a millennia ago when we were talking about that.
It was a while back.
The fostered hierarchy is one that is built upon these values. We have you ever read Starship Troopers?
Audience. You know I've read Starship Troopers.
That's good. I have
Yeah.
also read Starship Troopers.
It's a great book. And a great film.
The film is good, even though he tried to make it bad.
It was even better because he tried to make it bad.
That is true.
It's a very interesting film.
It's
You should read about the intentions behind that film and the response.
mm-hmm.
It's great. It's like when Bad Religion made that song, The Kids Are Alt-Right.
I have not heard that song.
You haven't? It's amazing. I think they may have scrubbed it from the internet because it came way too popular. One of the lyrics were, and this was supposed to be a bad thing in the song, we love God, we love our country, and we love our guns.
And now that's the summary of this podcast.
Yes. Go check out The Kids Are Alt-Right by Bad Religion.
That sounds awesome.
It's a great
I'll have
anthem.
to listen to that. It's like
good.
what happened. This is appropriate for you. It's like what happened when Far Cry 5.
Oh.
Keep your rifle by your side. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I feel like we got pretty deep into the weeds on this one.
Mm-hmm.
We will do additional podcasts.
Yeah.
And we will get deeper into the weeds.
That's true.
On fun economic questions like...
I guess we'll depart with the question because I was about to go on to a rant, but if we're wrapping up,
Yeah.
we'll depart with the question. We established all of the things we just established. The question is, what does it look like to remove the deficiencies from your civilization? How do you do that? What does that look like?
Yes. And how do you do that practically? Because we're not in charge of nations. In case you haven't noticed, we have very little say over anything. So what can we actually practically do in our own lives, in our own little tribes and networks that everybody seems to be forming into, which is also an interesting thing we'll talk about. How do you do it on a small scale, like in a little town like Tompkins? How do you move things in directions that you think will prevent entropy from having all the buildings fall in on you?
Yeah, which does happen in Tompkins.
It's happening to our building.
Yeah.
So if you want to come in here and then buy some muscle rub or some Cheez-Its, maybe one day we can stop the building from falling in on itself. Yeah. We have lofty goals. Yes. Anyways, we will talk about practical ways that we think that we can push back against entropy, and we can adopt some of those effective lessons from history.
Yes.
Even very recent modern history.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of history happening in the last couple of years, in case anybody...
Insert Lenin quote.
Lenin quote?
Lenin,
yeah. Do the Lenin quote. There
are weeks where centuries happen and decades where nothing happens.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And I hear a bunch of drunken customers rolling up in golf carts.
Sounds like a perfect time to
it's
wrap up.
Probably the time to wrap up this this inaugural podcast of
so
On the Trail.
If you guys have any questions besides the question that we are leaving off with, if you guys have any questions you would like us to talk about
Post
in the
them
next
in the YouTube
episode,
video.
yes,
And
post
we'll
them.
answer them.
Thank you for watching Out on the Trail, our inaugural episode.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
It was great.
And there are drunk people here,
Dancing
so that
behind the
is
camera.
the end. Thank you for watching. Next time we'll see you out on the trail.
Out on the trail.